What was that about? So sorry. That's my sock! Homie! I don't know what's happening. Apparently, he's very excited about your presence right now. I've been trying to figure out how to start this video, and it's really difficult for me to start this video because there's this song that I know called Hey Brittany, and I'm trying not to just sing it, but I think I'm gonna have to because I can't just say hello Brittany. In my mind it's like, hey Brittany! But all jams aside, hi Brittany, it's good to meet you, and I'm so happy that you got a reading with me because your energy is fantabulous. I've never even used that fake word before to describe anything, so if that doesn't tell you how special your dog, can we not? He's gonna have me cracking up this entire video, just so you know. So I hope you don't mind. I'm really happy that I got to do this reading for you because, like I said, your energy is fantabulous. Fantabulous-tastic, okay? It is amazing. I love it. It is so creative and so vibrant and very, what's the word? Inspiring. Like, you have this energy that makes me want to become passionate about life. Like, I feel like you bring that fire to people's lives and you make them realize the beauty in things, and you help others like feel gratitude for things. And I also do feel like, you know, I feel like you've been through a lot and you've been hurt a lot by people that you loved, and that's obviously not fair, and I'm so sorry that these things happen to you and that you've had so many people turn on you. And the thing is oh my god. Okay, so sorry. You bring that kind of energy to every room, okay? Like, you are so much fun to be around, and you just like make people laugh and you make people happy, and you are honest, and you'll just be blunt with people, and I think that's incredible. But you're also like blunt in a very healing and realistic way. Like, you don't do it in a mean, toxic, manipulative, or like brutal kind of way. Like, you're not mean, you're just honest, and it's funny, like, because it's true. What are you doing? Wanna come say hi? Oh, he's gonna come say hi. I just made the bed too. What do you, why like his presence right now is how I imagine you are. Like, you're not even like you're not trying to make a scene ever, but it's just like people notice you. Okay, he's doing it in like an obnoxious way, but it's still like endearing and it's cute. And I don't think that you're obnoxious when you're out with friends or anything, but I just think that you have this charm and this elegance, but like you spark curiosity in people, and I feel like people just always want to know more about you and figure out like what you're about, where you're from, what you're into, who you are. And he's a Leo, if you couldn't tell. Sure, go move. I guess it's probably a good thing that he interrupted, because I should be explaining this stuff while you're watching me draw the aura, so I need to stop and reel it back for a second. Let me tell you, girl. Okay, so I have this breakout right here, and I swear, I really think it's because during your reading, and I'm not like complaining about this, I just think it's crazy, my third eye was going ham. Like, it was working at 110% of its power, okay? I was trying so hard to figure out all these little details about your aura and your energy and what was messing with it, because I know that like who you are at your core isn't what was initially coming through when I was drawing out your aura, because I was seeing like so many like negative things, like, but it was like I had the right color palette, and then I would see like symbols that pointed towards like something really, not really bad, but like something that just did not fit. Like, it's like if you were to see like a Dodge Charger, but like baby pink. Like, you know that what it is sick and super cool, but something's just off about it. So you're gonna watch me drawing out your aura while I explain your energy, and then at the very end I'm going to go over everything and just kind of summarize it as best as I can, and I'm going to tell you everything that came through, everything that I channeled. And just a heads up, it's going to be moving very fast, because the time that I took to like draw out your aura, like there was so much coming through that I had to keep trying different ways of drawing it. The original video without editing was like close to 2 hours long. So it is going to be very sped up, but I will make sure to like pause it at parts and explain things when I'm like drawing out pictures and such. So, but just know that it's going to go pretty freaking quick. But then at the very end of that, I'm going to do something really fun where I give you a mythical identity title. And I'll be sure to mention anything that I felt like resonates with your energy. That could be songs, places, scents, names, numbers, anything that comes through. And yeah, with all that being said, let's just jump right into it.
Okay, Brittany, so in your aura, I was seeing so many vibrant, beautiful colors, mainly lime green, and then there was also like a hot pink and some yellow coming through, as well as red. And such a cool color combination. Like, it reminded me so much of just like summer and joy in general. Like, it reminded me of some kind of candy, kind of like Skittles, but also like Starburst and just like something watermelon flavored maybe. Also, you'll see me drawing this out right here. I saw right off the bat, like the first picture I picked up on was like a middle finger, and I don't know why, I just thought that was so your energy. Like, but I also felt like something that was your energy was this quote that came to mind, kind of. I guess it's a quote, but it was like from your perspective, saying like, I don't take shit from anybody unless it's shit that's hurting someone I care for. And when it comes to that, you'll soak that up like a sponge, dude. Like, you have this natural instinct and natural inclination to protect people and to make them feel safe and to make them feel like any emotion that's not hurt and pain. Like, you know what it's like to feel that way. And I feel like you've kind of become this this sponge for people to just like release everything that they're dealing with onto. And as much as you love helping people, like, you're very empathetic, you're very compassionate and loving, and it's so sweet of you. You're always like such a good friend and just always there for people, and you're such a good mom, and you always want to make people feel welcome in your presence, and you do. But that can come at a cost if it's not done in a way that also protects your energy. And I know that you already know this. I can tell that you just have past experiences with, you know, probably getting walked all over because you didn't set that boundary and you just kind of soaked up everybody else's BS, and, you know, it really took a toll on your mental health and your well-being. So I know that you know these things, but I'm just letting you know what's coming through in your energy, because there is definitely pain from your past that is still resonating with you and still in your energy field, mostly because there was no closure to this and there was no explanation of like why somebody did what they did, and you cannot process that because you don't understand it. But something else that I saw coming through was this beautiful little deer, this cute little deer. And I feel like deer could definitely be one of your spirit guides, one of your ancestors coming through. Or if you just see deer symbolism anywhere, that's your spirit guides trying to talk to you or give you a message. But it could also be, you know what I just remembered? There's a fight, flight... Okay, hold on. It's hard to say. Fight, flight, freeze response, but there's also fawn, which I'm just now making the connection of like maybe you were in that mode for so long, and whatever you soaked up while you were stuck in that mode, kind of like just deer in the headlights kind of look, with the information that you gave me about like, you know, you were in a narcissistic relationship. That makes total sense. Like, you were scared to make any move, and you were scared to be yourself and express yourself, and, you know, because you never knew when it was going to trigger something and start a fight, and you didn't want conflict. So whenever you would shut your body down, your senses would be picking up so much. Like, if you're not physically releasing that energy, then you are just taking in all of this information and all of this stress and just absorbing it from other people, and that can be so harmful to your body and mind and spirit. Also, I don't know if you have a leopard gecko by chance, or if you've had one in the past. If you haven't, I think you need to get one, because leopard geckos came through multiple times in your reading, And oh my god, they're so cute. I was picturing specifically like this cute little leopard gecko, and its name was either Gordon or Izzy. I feel like you're somebody who seems like they would have a leopard gecko, and they're so freaking cute. Like, look at their little smiles. And I'm not even somebody who likes reptiles or lizards. I came from Florida, and that shit traumatized me. I live in Colorado now, and it's much safer out here. And I know that you have boys. I feel like they would love to have a leopard gecko if they don't already. So I don't know, something to think about. I feel like it is one of your like protecting guides, because I just felt safe around it. You know, even if it's like a little small thing, it's just cute, and it feels welcoming, and I don't know, it gives off so much energy. It's kind of like how my dog Jericho was in the beginning. Like, there's so much personality to this dog. And I feel like there would be so much personality to your little gecko friend. Also, something else that was coming through is the name Ash or Ashley. It came through so freaking strong. Like, I don't know what that was about. I don't know who that is for you, if you know an Ashley, but Ash just has been coming through so much, like the last 2 days. So I definitely have to mention that. Also, something that I want to mention before I forget, your answers when you were talking about Savage Garden and Truly Madly Deeply, I thought that was so cool, because I don't know if you've ever looked up like your birthday and whatever the top song was on the charts on your birthday that year. Dude, mine was that song. And so I thought that was so cool. And now we're gonna get into some more like pictures of things that I saw in your aura, which I saw, this was the first thing that made me kind of nervous, okay? I saw this green shape kind of looking thing, and I was messing around with it, and I was pushing it around, making shapes out of it. And girl, does it not look identical to the poison apple in Snow White? It was crazy to me. I was like, oh my god, it's the same shading and everything. So that's when I knew, I was like, okay, there's something going on in this aura that isn't hers. And then I started to notice like a skull, and I panicked. I tried to just like push all the colors around, and it was making it just worse. But then again, I saw another cute little deer. It kind of looked like Piglet to me at first, and that's what I was going for, but then I was like, oh no, it's just the deer again. And look how cute. Like, oh, I definitely think that deers have some significance to you in your life. But like I said, I was just kind of trying to push the colors around and figure out what the heck was going on, and I was just kind of trying to like avoid it, all the negative things I was seeing. And then I started to see this perfect like skeleton with like a rib cage and lungs and a heart and a spine. It was like an x-ray kind of. And then I realized, like, you might have been, or you might have felt suffocated. Like, you see where I pause here, and I'm like, oh my god, because it clicked for me. Everything that's coming out of the top of that skeleton, like where the head should be, is like wires. And those wires were just like all over the place, jumbled and tangled. You know how cables be. But then it reminded me of this song called Wires by The Neighborhood, which made so much freaking sense, dude. Oh my gosh. Also, here's that gecko again. Cute little girl. Gave her a little bow this time. Doesn't she look so spiffy? So, one of the lyrics, if you don't know the song, I highly suggest listening to it. But what I was picturing in my mind was totally spot on with what I was getting from this song. So I'll read you the lyrics, and then I'll explain how that kind of ties in to what I was feeling, okay? We talked about making it. I'm sorry that you never made it, and it pains me just to hear you have to say it. You knew the game and played it. It kills to know that you have been defeated. I see the wires pulling while you're breathing. You knew you had a reason. It killed you like diseases. I can hear it in your voice while you're speaking. You can't be treated. Mr. Know-It-All had his reign and his fall. At least that's what his brain is telling all. So I think this perfectly describes what energy I was picking up on, because I feel like, and it was even more confirmed when you emailed me about this, because just the simple phrase that you said, level up, when I was drawing this out, like this is how I was picturing it, was that he was holding on so tight to your energy and didn't like that you were trying to grow as a person, didn't like that you were leveling up in your own way, because that made him feel less than, or that made him feel like a worse person than you. I don't know, but he felt inferior, I guess is the right word. And he didn't like that, and so he wanted to keep you down at his level. And I feel like maybe he tried to convince you that by you sacrificing yourself and staying down at that level, that was love. But it's not. And you know that. And you know that you have grown from that. And because you wanted to level up and he was holding you back. And so I feel like he is still holding on to your energy, at least a little bit. But I think that you're doing a really good job right now of keeping him away and keeping his energy out, but you still hold on to so much hurt, which is valid, because like going through relationships like that, you're gonna hold on to a lot, because like I said, you're soaking up you're soaking up so much of his energy, because you don't have any opportunity to soak up anything good. Like anything that you try to do that's good for you, he thinks that it's bad for him, and so he uses that as a way to manipulate you, to be like, if you're not making that sacrifice, then you don't love me. And unfortunately, when you're in a relationship like that, like, it seems reasonable, and I'm glad that you know that that's not the case. It's not reasonable. That's not love. If you love someone, you want them to grow, and you want to grow with them. But his ego was way too high for him to be loving anybody the way that they should properly be loved. So when this song came through, and then when you said in your email, level up, I was like, oh my god, yeah, that all makes so much sense. And I also have a few more songs that I will be sure to mention towards the end of this, but right now, like, you'll see how I was moving the colors around, and all of a sudden they are so much brighter. I feel like me just talking about that helped, like, release that into the universe, like, get out of here, that bad energy, because the second I start talking about it, like, now the aura is, like, bright and vibrant, and you're starting to, like, I'm starting to get a better sense of who you are at your core. And who you are at your core is somebody who is passionate and lively and sensual and just so full of life, and you're very bright, and you're smart, and you're funny, and you just have such a welcoming, comforting, empathetic energy. And it sucks, like, when you're in that energy and someone comes along and tries to, like, take that energy from you. Like, they just cannot stand the thought of you being happy, and that's evil. And I never want you to feel like that ever again. Like, I don't want you to feel like your energy belongs to anybody else. It belongs to you, and I know that you know that. Like, I know that you're smart, and I have seen, like, even though I haven't seen your growth happen, like, I can see it, you know? I can see that you have been hurt and that you have grown so much from it. I didn't witness it happening, but I know that it happened, you know? And I also feel like you're a very go-with-the-flow person, but you use, like, your creativity as, like, a channel to release all of that energy that you've been holding on to. And I think that you do it beautifully with your art and your dancing, and just the way that you approach life is so beautiful. And it's, like I said, it's really inspiring, because you make me, at least, want to feel passionate about life again. You make me want to get back into my hobbies and to express myself and to be confident in myself and be in my feminine energy without being apologetic. And so you'll see in the aura, like, I do take a really long pause here, because at this point I was just staring and trying to figure out what other messages were coming through. And the only thing that I could see really for a second was, like, this looked like a phoenix rising from the ashes, which 100% matches your energy. But this next part is going to absolutely blow your mind. I was paying attention to these colors, and I felt something. I don't know what it was, but I just saw in my mind and I heard in my ear Ganesh. And I went to Google and I looked up a picture, and the first picture I saw was this one that matched every color in your aura. Girl, Brittani, Ganesh is asking you to paint a portrait of him. And I think that is so freaking cool. The way that this came through was insane. Like, I think that he wants to protect you. And I think that if you work with him more and have that portrait of him hung up as like an offering to him, and maybe have like a bowl of sweets next to it, because he does have that in the picture of him as he's portrayed traditionally. I think if you had like a portrait of him and a bowl of sweets like next to your front door, that will give you so much protection against like anybody that walks through the door, anybody that, like your neighbors, anybody around you. Like, you cannot bring bad energy into this house with him there. And so I started working with your aura a little bit more, using the colors, knowing that Ganesh was a part of it. And finally, I was able to get to the finished result. So here is your completed aura portrait. And oh my god, it is so pretty, it is so vibrant, it is so your energy. Like, I cannot tell you how much I love this aura. I love that it's not symmetrical. Like, it's so unique in its own way. Like, a lot of the aura portraits that I do, you'll see it's very symmetrical. Yours is like very go with the flow and freeing, and it's authentic to you, and I love that. Like, I love how vibrant it is and bold it is, and I love the fact that Ganesh is a part of it. I'm so glad that he came through. I think also part of me had to let go of this idea, which is funny because I didn't realize this until after I was done. I feel like that was a test, kind of. I had to let go of this idea that the aura I was drawing out had to be right. Like, there wasn't a right answer, you know? It was just a feeling. And again, like, going back to how I said that you were very inspiring, I think you inspired me to have that epiphany because of how you create your art and such. Like, there is no right answer. And I feel like there's a lot to be learned in that. Like, just go with the flow and feel what feels right as you're doing it. Like, there's no outcome, there's no finish line, and I shouldn't be forcing myself to work for an outcome, like a specific outcome. It's all about just feeling it through, and whatever is coming through, that's what's right, you know? And life is right. There's no winning at life. It's just, you're already winning because you're a part of life. And I think that's really beautiful. And now, with all that being said, we are going to get your mythical identity title, as I promised in the beginning. And I have already personally customized it to fit your vibe and your energy, so let's just jump right into it. Cool. Okay, so you have Goddess, which does not surprise me. So I'm going to spin the second wheel twice. We're going to have Goddess of... Oh my god, it was so close to art, but either way, still beautiful. You got Gardens, so Goddess of Gardens, already love that. And Goddess of Gardens and Color. Oh, I love that. It is so you. You know what's also funny is that it reminded me of like Garden of the Gods, which is like somewhere I'm really close to right now in Colorado. So maybe you should visit Garden of the Gods, or maybe like look at the background or the history of it. Maybe that has something that'll resonate with you. But I also just feel like that totally matches your energy. Just a colorful garden where you can spend all of your time, like not all of your time, but like where you can spend time, clear your mind. And I can picture like you almost like painting your garden, like being surrounded by just a blank canvas and being able to paint this new life around you. I think that's really beautiful and totally the path that you're on right now. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to put that title into an AI generator, and we're going to see what that mythical identity looks like. I think that it turned out so perfect and so beautiful. Look at all the colors in it. Like, they just match your energy, and they're so fitting for what this identity is and the identity that you're stepping into during this time in your life. And I think that's incredible. And like I said, I think that you're on a really good path, and there's not anything that you can do wrong as long as you're doing what makes you happy. And also, here's a few extra songs that came through, and I just want to let you know that the first song on this list, Go On Then Love, had me in tears when I envisioned you doing something that makes you happy, doing what you love to do, and creating something that is authentically and divinely yours. To this song, I just broke down. Like, this song feels like your soul, and it just had me so emotional because it was so beautiful. I also did want to mention that you give off this vibe of like Scorpio, Aries, and Taurus. Like, you are a very sensual kind of person, but you have that fire and that passion in everything that you do. And you even said that like your song right now is Girl on Fire, and I think that is spot on. It totally resonates with your energy because like you make people feel passionate about things, and that passion that you have at your core like radiates like wildfire and just spreads to everyone around you, and it is beautiful. And I think that's an amazing thing to have, and I think that you have a lot of power in your creativity, and you can use it to inspire so many people, and you bring a lot of good to this world and a lot of positive energy, and we need more people like you. Truly, madly, deeply we need more people like you. Oh my god, wait, I just realized Savage Garden. Oh my god, garden. It's all coming together, girl. And I'm also hearing the initials TLO. I don't know if you know somebody with those initials. I also just heard Take It or Leave It. And I believe that that's a song by Sublime with Rome. Also a really good song. I'm sorry that you have so many songs that you have to research now. They're all really good though, and they're totally your vibe. So I hope that you enjoy those. Music is like a huge thing for me. Like I can hear people's auras, which is so cool because I love music, dude. So I believe that that is all that I have for you. I think that I covered everything. I hope I did. This one ended up being longer than the other ones that I usually do, which is totally fine. Like, I wish I had like a ton of phone space to be able to like save this reading and like just take hours to like actually explain your energy, because I love your energy. It was just so much, and so I hope that I was able to like condense it down but not leave anything out, you know what I mean? It was a very cool energy to be in, and I'm really happy with how the aura turned out because I think it fits your vibe so well, and you have a beautiful energy and you're a beautiful soul and a beautiful person, and I'm just so happy that we got to connect, and I'm so happy you reached out, and I'm so excited to like check out more of your stuff, like your art and whatnot, and your dancing, and I'm definitely gonna follow you, and I'm definitely down to do a trade also, like you mentioned, in the future, because I would love to have one of those portraits in my house. Like, that is so cool that you do that. And so, with all that being said, Brittany, I hope that you have a day as beautiful as you, and I really hope to talk to you again in the future. I'm sure we'll connect plenty of times in the near future. And yeah, I'm just so glad that we got to meet and connect, and I hope that you enjoyed this reading. Let me know how it resonated. I can't wait to hear your thoughts, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!